the idea is that we get a sense of feeling how it is behind the scenes. We're excited about doing the show, guys. Thank you very much for coming down here.
Thank you
really
for having
appreciate
us.
it.
It's great getting lost on my way down here, but I persevered. I left early.
So is this the part of the show that actually is not going to have any voice to it, or is
No, there actually is voice. But
live,
we,
though.
yes, we are live,
We're
but
live
we are
right
actually
now.
not on the air at the
We're not
moment.
on the air yet.
We're not on the air at the
It's gonna
moment.
be the
We
pre-show.
still
This is
have
pre-show. This
about.
is where if anything interesting gets
This is
said,
the time
it
to
might
pick your
end up
nose.
something.
Can we do the pre-show then? 'Cause
We just
We
did
already
the-
did the pre-show.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yes,
You were
this,
for that
this is
one.
just the pre-show.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so this is sort of like, I got the idea from Giant Spaceball, basically. So in other words, we're really all excited. We've got just about a minute to go.
I'm gonna powder my head next time I do this.
You can
I know.
Right?
keep
Like, I look
wondering.
balder.
Oh, these hot studio lights.
I feel like I have shiny nose.
And these aren't
Shiny,
even
happy
even
people
halogens.
nose.
These are fluorescents.
I know.
It
I
does
mean,
wonders for us older gay
I know.
men.
Yeah, so
Thank you.
okay.
Way to comfort your guests.
Older.
He's like, yeah, you might want to just hold your head up.
That's right. That's right.
And
It'd be great. Like I know everything's just
Hide the
like
chins.
dark
Hide the
shadows.
chins. darling. Okay.
Here, how is
Don't worry.
this okay?
We use the same filters Madonna uses for all
Yeah,
her
that's
filming.
This
Oh
is
my
true.
God! Well, you know she doesn't
That's
have to
hours and
anymore because her
hours.
Why
face.
not?
Oh, I
pull
do
is
this.
tight
I did
as
this
a
for half
fucking-
an hour.
It's
every
really
day.
the arms.
Do you
actually.
really?
Yeah, I do that. And look
What
at
does
that.
it work?
Isn't that great?
What has it done to those fingers? Fabulous.
Good.
Fabulous.
I need to work on that.
I just wear the
I
face
was
mask.
told
I think we should do
actually
it,
in
absolutely.
11th grade by somebody.
We have
who was a
15
model.
seconds, by the way. We have 10 seconds,
Should
by
we
the
slow
way.
down?
I love the model.
We have 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Boy, it just got very quiet in this studio, didn't it?
We're-
Oh
we
my
thought you were
God.
We
going
did
Do
the countdown.
introductions
We
or
were just
something.
here.
Yeah.
We're
to.
just
We were
here.
waiting for like an explosion.
theme
or
song.
I
something.
know. Well, welcome San Francisco. I have here in the studio the cast and crew of Skinnyfat. Now, I actually do have a definition of Skinnyfat here on this card, which I got from the Urban Dictionary, which I thought I'd read out.
Nice.
I have actually with me, I have, let me first introduce my guests. That's the polite thing to do. I'm sorry, I'm being rude as usual. Okay, on the left I have Delia Wolfe, and in the middle I have Andy Bydalek.
Bydalek.
Okay. And close though. And on the right I have Jason James. Okay.
It's James, but that's okay.
I'm sorry, I knew
How
I'd
is
screwed up
James?
too late.
I'm pretty
Live
sure we
TV.
had him write all this down before he even started. We even did it phonically, but
Phonetically.
that's fine.
I can't read phonetics, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, so I actually have here a definition that I wanted to read out to you of what skinny fat is. I looked it up on the Urban Dictionary, and this is what it says, skinny fat. Okay, when someone appears skinny at first, but is actually hiding a fat belly or some other body part under baggy clothing. Gentlemen, will you discuss? Gentlemen and ladies, will you please discuss?
My favorite part of that definition is the hiding part.
The
hiding.
It's not
Why
just,
is
it's
that?
not
Why
just
is
they
that?
might happen to be a little bit overweight in one section. No, they said they're hiding it.
Right,
They're
right. It's the
deceptive
fear.
in some way.
It's the fear. That's right.
It's an active
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah.
It's a
Skinny fat.
disingenuous
That's
condition
what the
where
Empire. It's the Empire waist. That's,
hide
kind of-
The Empire
that's why I
waist?
wear
Is it-
those
was-
T-shirts.
is that right?
They're really fun, and the whole
Yeah.
rave is on now.
Well,
Yeah.
It
Housewives
is a
wear
growing
them.
phenomenon, though.
Well,
I don't
so-
know about the hiding part,
Right.
but the
What,
whole
well,
skinny
what
fat.
is skinny fat? I mean, I was actually hoping that there would be some sort of medical definition, and all I found was Bydalek's syndrome, which for skinny fat. And so, what is skinny fat? And tell me more about it.
I would identify skinny fat as someone with, we're talking about this actually on a radio show last week,
Yeah.
with thin limbs and maybe a large belly. If that were female, we'd call that pregnant. But for men, it wasn't me. Oh wait, no, that was me who said that.
Snap.
I know.
I think
but
we can. I think we can nicen that up a little bit.
I know. No.
I think it's. I mean, speaking for myself, I think it's sort of this. Because this kind of started with me and Andy here trying on clothes, little bitty shorts and stuff, getting ready for Burning Man, and it was just sort of that like, man, we're definitely not 20 anymore, and we just lost that definition. I was just like, oh,
Yeah.
look at that sticking over that, you know. over those cute little shorts, and it just felt like, oh gosh, I'm so skinny fat. Where you actually, I mean, you don't necessarily, you're not fat, you know, but you're not real thin, and your phone's going off.
I know. I tell everybody to turn the phone
Oh,
off
so
when they're
it's
like,
sort of
"Here, I
like-
love it."
It's sort of like post-twink
Yeah.
syndrome.
You get a
where
little
you're-
soft, but that's just,
Yeah.
mainly it's somewhat natural, I think.
Well, aren't we talking about the aging process? I mean, we're talking about your body sags, things go down.
I like to refer to it as a relaxed fit. Like the
Relaxed
jeans.
fit.
fit.
Well, I mean, we're no
Yeah.
longer wearing 501s anymore. We're wearing 505s. You
Or
know,
skinny
is that
jeans.
relaxed or
Yeah.
yeah?
So there's kind of a growing movement, though. I just saw something. I think it was either in Bust magazine or one of those magazines aimed at kind of smart hipster women about kind of the growing sexy appeal of skinny fat guys. I don't think they used that term, but they talked about the sort of hipster boys with the bellies, the beer guts and stuff, and like
Yeah.
why beer guts are considered sexy.
PBR, baby.
You know, yeah.
Well, I think that's also sort of our movie kind of talks a little bit about that. It's I think it's a little more accepted in the straight community compared to the gay community. I feel like the gay community has sort of a different body
Oh, completely.
litmus paper in a way.
Yes.
Especially in living in San Francisco, I feel like you go to the Castro, you look at any gay publication, magazine, you're just being really bombarded with these huge, muscly guys, mainly.
Yeah.
And it's just something that a lot of us can attain, or don't try to in some instances, but
I
just
know
being
exactly what you're
constantly-
talking about, because it's like if I go to my local global coffee dispensary on 18th and Castro, there is a poster. I mean, there is all these posters there on the tree of half-naked guys in advertising the latest party, and
in terrific shape.
In terrific shape, of course,
Yeah.
aren't we all? So is
Well,
this like an
I would
erroneous?
say what's being put forth is terrific shape. I remember when I was looking for locations for the film, I went into kind of a Castro area business where we were thinking potentially about filming. And as I was waiting to talk to somebody, I was looking through some of the magazines, BAR, and I think Frontiers was there, and something else. Pause magazine was in there, and all the stuff's in there. So I'm flipping through here, just kind of like wasting time. And so many ads in there for, I mean, pec implants,
What is
dieting
pec
stuff,
implants?
teeth
I mean-
whitening, calf and butt implants. There's even one
Yes.
for anal bleaching.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
everything.
I've seen the same ad.
Yes, and everything's just about you're not good enough,
Right.
you don't look good enough,
Yeah.
and the only way to become presentable, i.e., probably the only way to find a relationship, which I think is a hidden message
Yes.
in so
Yeah.
much of the stuff,
Yes.
the way to become lovable and acceptable.
Mhm.
And that's really a lot of what the film Skinny Fat is about you have your lead character played by Jason.
I mean, Chaz, and just to jump off of that,
Mhm.
I think that's kind of the reason why we made this movie, was to sort of take on that body image and show sort of the subcultures that kind of exist in San Francisco. I mean, my character is definitely a hipster, tattooed, pierced boy, and sort of see that,
And skinny.
and skinny, I guess,
Mhm, mhm.
who has body issues just like everybody else, you know, and takes it to the extreme in many cases, which we see through these ads, through, you know, the fact that there's a really high incidence of, you know, eating disorders within the gay community. Even watching other movies that are out right now, like The Adonis Factor and Go Go Reject, and it's just interesting to see that it's on a lot of people's minds. So we just kind of
Yeah.
wanted to show a little bit more of a different flair from a different audience that isn't really represented in a lot of these magazines and a lot of these, I don't know, gay venues, gay media.
Yeah, it's part of a larger conversation.
So,
I
think, you know.
I'm sorry. What were you
I think
gonna
that's
say?
one of the things I really enjoyed about the film was that it wasn't a typical queer topic film. It was something new, and it was across the board of approaching like body image issues, you know, in a new light.
So it's all about body image. Well, I think it sounds like we should watch the trailer. So let's go.
do it.
Let's
Yeah.
watch the trailer. Hopefully.
God, what happened? It's like the second we turned 25, we totally porked out.
Like only in the middle.
We're like twink has-beens.
Exactly. And I want hip bones so sharp I can trim hedges when I walk by. Do you want to go on an eating disorder together?
Okay. We should probably exercise too, though. It'll work way faster that way.
I'm getting dizzy.
Keep going. Remember, melt the fat and feel the abs.
Hello, boys. What brings you in today?
We lost our six-packs. We want them back.
You two have a condition that's notoriously difficult to treat. We call it skinny fat.
What?
Do you want to try again?
I can't. I mean, it's totally working my abs. I hate the taste of barf.
I'm hungry too, but if you eat, then I eat. And I'll never be hot.
If I've been spending $25 a month for the past 3 years, and this is only my second time here, what does that work out to?
It's all about balance. See, the more you build up your stomach muscles, the more you can suck in your gut.
I want my six-pack back!
I went from a size 28 to a size 29 in the last 6 months.
That's only an inch.
Yeah, but an inch that used to require a belt.
So that's Skinnyfat. Let me just make sure we have our audio back up. Hold on 1 second. Okay. So that's Skinnyfat. It looks wonderful.
Thank you.
So I saw Grace. You're playing Delia. You're playing Grace Landers. What's the role about?
Grace Landers is someone who recognizes an opportunity when she sees one with two young gentlemen who seem to be having some problems understanding that they're not really fat. So she decides that she's going to exploit their own weaknesses and push them into her clinic and into having some rather expensive procedures.
So again, this is all about self-image. This is all about, and so Jason, you were the lead character in this.
Yeah.
And did you actually have to lose weight for this role, or was it?
Or gain
5 pounds in a day. No, I didn't. I didn't have to lose weight. I think it'd almost be ridiculous if I did.
We wanted them to be as skinny as possible.
And we were totally as skinny as possible. And trust me, there was lots of food on set, a lot of food. So we definitely weren't trying to lose weight. But what's funny, I just have to say this. Like we have been filming with showing with other films, and I don't know, is that appropriate for me to say?
Probably not.
It's probably not.
There's some anecdotes
about other people losing weight for their movie, and I was like, oh, well, that's strange. Okay.
But we did actually. It was, when I was writing the story, one of the things that we, really wanted to keep in there or put in there to heighten the irony of this whole thing was to have skinny guys who think they need to lose more weight. Because I think a more typical, or maybe not typical, but a more expected approach might have been like, well, let's show a person who might be perceived as overweight or having a few extra pounds in that situation. And I've seen a number of good gay films like that, and straight films as well. I wanted to do something a little different from that, especially having grown up skinny myself, and do the whole body image thing. But rather than be like, oh, let's show skinny guys that want to bulk up and become muscular or whatever, let's pervert it a little bit, and let's have these skinny guys who want to become even skinnier, And interestingly, I've seen footage of interviews with men who actually this does exist, and not in a clinical eating disorder world, but just in kind of a general, like, you hear that around, and I do hear that around.
It's true.
Yeah.